driven culture, our children grow up rather quickly. By the time they're 18, 19, 20, they're expected to be sort of out there on their own. Something that we're finding more and more is not quite as expectable as it used to be for a number of reasons, but the family dynamic is you grow up, you leave home in your 20s at some point, you have your own family, you raise your family, you visit your relatives, on the holidays, but you're on your own. You're very independent. You lead a separate life. Asian cultures are not like that at all. And again, this is the lunar influence. Family is always connected, interconnected, always. Always. There's no real leaving of home. Certainly, the children grow up and they have marriages and children of their own, but they're always very interconnected with mom, dad, aunt, uncle, grandma, grandpa. They're all a huge part of the family's lives and continue to be so. Not just on holidays or, special visits, but in their actual everyday lives. So it's just very interesting to me. I think the lunar aspect of this is fascinating, and the solar aspect in our culture is fascinating, and I think it's very representative, and I think that energy plays an enormous part in the development of, or how our two cultures developed so differently. So again, as I said, this is the year of the pig. And, again, Chinese astrology is very different from our Western version of astrology. And again, it's because of that lunar influence. It's very fascinating. I could talk about that for quite some time, and I don't have the time to do it. But just to mention that the Chinese astrology is quite different from our traditional astrology in the West, where we have, the basic signs, birth signs, depending on what birthday you are, and it runs by in a similar way, but with Chinese astrology, it's more cyclical. So, for instance, you have the year of the pig. But the year of the pig only comes around every, looks like every 12 years or so, there's a year of the pig. And people born in these different years are born under the sign of pig, but they're different pigs. For instance, you can have a water pig, an earth pig, and so on. Let me get to that in a minute, but just to talk about the basics of Chinese New Year celebrations, there are four main things. One is you're putting up decorations, and before the celebrations begin, there are ceremonies where you clear out the bad luck from last year in order to welcome the good luck that is coming. So then decorations are put up. There's a reunion dinner with family on New Year's Eve. Then firecrackers and fireworks. And then there's the giving of the red envelope. Now, red envelopes are gifts, usually of money or other things. Red, the color red is very important in Chinese New Year's because the color red is a color of good luck, basically. And of course, in the public, there are dragon dances, which are quite famous for this time of year. But other kinds of dances are lion dances, and imperial performances like an emperor's wedding. So red is the main color for the festival, and red is believed to be an auspicious color. Lanterns hanging in the streets are red. So family time is very much emphasized also at this time of year. And the New Year's Eve dinner is considered to be, by many, the most important meal of the year. And then there's a week or so of visiting friends and relatives, and public displays of the things that we talked about, like the dragon dance and so forth and so on. So that is how Chinese New Year is celebrated. Now, the Year of the Pig, which we're talking about now, is this year. The last Year of the Pig was 2007. The first Year of the Pig going back to the 20th century was 1923. So the years for a pig are 1923, 1935, 1947, 1959, 1971, 1983, 1995, 2007, 2019, and then the next one will be 2031. So, if you were born on or after January the 22nd on any of those days, in any of those years, well, and they're different years, as I mentioned, depending on the lunar calendar. But basically, if you were born, let's move it up just to be on the safe side. If you were born after February 20th on any of those years, then you are born in the Year of the Pig. Now, just like with our astrology, it's supposed to signify certain characteristics of people. There are lucky signs for people born in a pig year. The lucky numbers are 2, 5, and 8. The lucky colors are yellow, gray, brown, and gold. Lucky flowers are the hydrangea, pitcher plant, and marguerite. And lucky directions, southeast, northeast. Things that pig people should avoid. Unlucky numbers 1, 3, and 9. Unlucky colors red, blue, and green, and unlucky directions east and west. Pig people are considerate, responsible, independent, and optimistic. They always show generousness and mercy to endure other people's mistakes, and this helps them gain harmonious interpersonal relationships. However, sometimes they will behave lazy and lack actions. In addition, pure hearts would let them be cheated easily in daily life. So their strengths are warm-heartedness, good temper, loyalty, honest, gentleness. And their weakness is a certain naivete, gullibility, sluggishness, or short-tempered. So reading this description, the astrological sign in Western astrology that comes to mind, this sounds an awful lot like Leo in our astrology. This sounds an awful lot like Leo people. Also a bit maybe Sagittarius and Aries, any of the fire signs, which all three of those are. But this particularly sounds a bit like Leo to me. And so there are matches also, compatibility, love compatibility. So pigs are well matched with tiger, rabbit, or sheep people. And they are not well matched with snake or monkey, just because of the different personality types, apparently. And this year, the pig, 2019, predictions here. According to Chinese astrology, 2019 could be a year full of ups and downs in all respects for people of the pig sign. They can receive support and help from their colleagues and leaders, but may feel stressed under too many regulations. There's a fair amount of wealth, they are saying here. Possible salary increases and gain from income, but also unexpected expenditures, which may offset those money increases. And love relationships may have a good fortune at the beginning of the year, according to this. And, oh, here we go. Pig's personality by Western astrology signs. And they are including in these Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio. Okay, I see. And so which type of pig are you? As I mentioned, there are 5 elements in Chinese culture. Wood, fire, earth, metal, and water. So the different years that you're born in will give you a different element of the pig. So wood pigs, 1995 would be the year of the wood pig. In 1935, simple and honest, easygoing, but sometimes impetuous. The fire pig is dependent, cooperative, owning great ambition and good luck. Earth pig, good at socializing. Earth pig was this year, will be an earth pig year, and 1959, also an earth pig year. Metal pig was 1971, and then before that, 1911. Gentle, frank, broad-minded. And then the water pig, which was 1983, 1923, responsible, serious, and likes to go their own way. And some celebrities born with Chinese zodiac of the pig are Ernest Hemingway, Stephen King, Alfred Hitchcock, Woody Allen, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Hillary Clinton, interesting, Mark Wahlberg, Lucille Ball, Julie Andrews, Chiang Kai-shek, and Ronald Reagan. Alright. Those are some Year of the Pig people there for you. Alright, let's talk now about our future in healthcare. Now, we talked a bit about this last week as to how genome therapy will be a very important part in the future of keeping us healthy. And this portion of it is on the prediction that in the future we will end permanent physical injuries and disabilities. And how is this going to happen? The question will be, do we play God with our human biology, or do we become part machine? And in some of the things we've seen, we've looked at pharmaceuticals and gene therapy. So now we're going to look at physical disabilities. You might have been born with one, or you might have had an accident that gives you one, that may temporarily or permanently limit your mobility. And, you know, in our history, our healthcare options for those type of situations have been rather limited. And there certainly have not been the tools to fully repair damaged limbs and damaged body parts and things of that nature, and severe injuries. But here's the prediction: by the mid-2020s, okay, that's like 5-6 years away, this will be flipped on its head, thanks to gene editing that we talked